on here in Hyderabad. Lots of enthusiastic people, and in fact the medals waiting for those people who are finishing the marathon. I have with me Dr. Muralidhar Bhabi, who is in fact been doing something very spectacular. He's a cardiac doctor, should I say heart doctor, and he's someone who has been working on rehabilitation of cardiac patients, and they take up 10K runs. Can you imagine? Doctor, how did this start, and how many of your patients who have been training with you? I shouldn't call them patients any longer, perhaps.
They are participants, rehab participants.
Yes, rehab participants. So what happens when anyone undergoes a heart kind of a condition, heart attack? They actually stop or reduce their physical activity. You do the opposite.
Yes, exactly. So patients who suffered a heart attack, who are undergone a angioplasty or a bypass, or who have even minor blocks, all these patients under supervision, they will be rehabilitated for around 3 to 6 months. So rehabilitation, the crucial part is identifying the safety zone of the patient and safety zone of the heart. Then we titrate the exercise such a way that heart adapts to this exercise over a period of time, and then that's where the heart starts strengthening and it increases its pumping capacity, and the patient himself becomes more fitter that they even run marathons.
Some of your patients, I understand, were actually candidates for a heart transplant.
Yes.
And they now don't have to undergo something like that. What really has changed? What happens?
Yes. So conditions like dilated cardiomyopathy and pulmonary arterial hypertension, they are usually considered as a progressive disease where towards the end they might need a heart transplant. And their activity levels are mostly reduced, like ability to do 10 meters, 50 meters or climbing 2 to 3 steps is very much limited. Or in PAs, you see that their oxygen saturation is less than 90 at even at normal conditions. So when these patients undergo cardiac rehabilitation, their saturation levels improves, their resting heart rate drops, and they even run marathons with it. So the thought that they need a transplant when goes out, their quality of life changes like anything. They are more happier now.
Very often these days, I mean, people say even post-COVID, you're hearing about a lot of people on the treadmill, in the gym or on the run who are actually suffering a cardiac attack, and here you're recommending that they actually go for a run. People would say you're crazy.
Yes, definitely, because the key success for this program is under supervision. We always connect a lot of sensors to the body, know the ECG activity, identify their safety zone. We use high-end equipments like cardiopulmonary exercise testing machines that will help us identify that this exercise is safe for these people. So when we do this program under supervision, that's where the heart adapts very systematically. So that's why it is safe and more effective.
So you're talking about a customized program for people, and you're increasing the grading depending on their capacity to take the strain and stress of the exercise itself.
Yes, exactly. So every exercise is not same for all the patients. Based on the heart condition, the amount of damage and the diagnosis of the heart, we do a custom tailored graded exercise program to all these patients. That's where we slowly titrate the intensity, and that's where the heart starts adapting to these loads.
You have actually done research on this. How did this story start, and where did you start this research? Because I do know globally people do talk about cardiac rehab and people running marathons, but you're perhaps the first to do it in India.
Yes. So this was something I developed as my dissertation work when I was studying my MD in CMC Vellore, where we did a research that today is the heart attack and next day is the angioplasty. Within 3 days or within the 1 week, I do a cardiac rehab, so that since 3 months of his heart attack, the patient starts improving his pumping capacity and even run a marathon. So it's called early rehabilitation. The moment you diagnose as a heart condition, the earlier you start the cardiac rehab, the better is the results.
So you're suggesting this for everyone, because obviously all of us worry about the heart and start talking about it, but we don't really know to what extent it's going to benefit. Tell us about the benefits.
Yes, the benefits are too much, because nowadays every heart patients are worried that once they have a diagnosis, there is an element of fear that if I put a load on my heart, there is something might happen. So when they are in these negative thoughts, the quality of life changes. They try to not do any activities which increases their heart rate, like daily activities at the home or at the office. So when these cardiac patients undergo a cardiac rehabilitation and improve their strength of the heart and even in the physical fitness, the quality of life changes. Now when they can run a 10 kilometers marathon, 10 to 21 kilometers marathon, the work at home and the work at office is so easy that their quality of life changes like anything.
Give us a few of your examples. I do know of have heard, or we met a few of your volunteers who are in fact running. What changed? Where were they and where have they reached?
Yes, we have patients diagnosed with heart failure. We have patients diagnosed with heart failure, dilated cardiomyopathy, pulmonary arterial hypertension, and we have a lot of patients who underwent angioplasty and bypass. All these patients now are running a 10 kilometers marathon, and a few of them even run 21 kilometers marathon. So that changes everything.
Okay, so that's the kind of story that we are hearing about, and this is something that perhaps is going to be expanding on a larger scale in several hospitals across the country, where Dr. Muralidhar is in fact talking about cardiac rehab as a very important part of everyone's life, in fact, in order to improve your own quality of life. In Hyderabad, camera person Nagaraju, Uma Sudhir, NDTV. If your own people are So let's meet with a few of those people, volunteers now, who have shown dramatic improvement. He's come with a 10K run badge here. It's medal that he has won on this day. This is Lingam. Tell us more about him, Mr. Dr. Murli.
Lingam is diagnosed with a heart failure when he had a heart attack. His pumping capacity or the ejection fraction was 18. After 3 months, it improved up to 54, and after 6 months, that is today, it is 65. And today he ran his 10 kilometers in just 55 minutes.
Which is really a great record. మీరు 6 months గా ట్రైనింగ్ చేస్తున్నారు. ఎట్లా ఏం ఇంప్రూవ్మెంట్ వచ్చింది? ఏం చేంజ్ అయింది మీ దాంట్లో?
నాకు 2002 డిసెంబర్ నెలలో నాకు దగ్గు ఆయాసం ఉండడం వల్ల నేను ప్రైవేట్ హాస్పిటల్లో చూపించుకున్నాను. తగ్గపోవడం వల్ల ఎస్ఐ హాస్పిటల్కి వచ్చి అడ్మిట్ అయ్యాను. డాక్టర్లు ఏమన్నారంటే నాకు హార్ట్ ఫెయిల్ అయింది, నాకు స్టోన్స్ వచ్చినాయి, హార్ట్ అటాక్ వచ్చింది అని చెప్పారు.
భయమేం లేదా?
ఇప్పుడు భయమేం లేదు, హార్ట్ అటాక్ వచ్చిందని చెప్పారు. నాకు అప్పుడు 10-12 రకాల ట్యాబ్లెట్లు ఇచ్చారు. ఆ 10-12 రకాల ట్యాబ్లెట్లు వాడుతూ డాక్టర్ మురళి దగ్గరికి కార్డియా పంపించారు. ఒక 3 నెలల తర్వాత నాకు పంప్ కెపాసిటీ 18 ఉండేది. హార్ట్ రన్నింగ్కి వెళ్తూ నాకు 54% పెరిగింది. ఇవి మళ్ళీ
మీ పేరేంటి అండ్ మీరు 5K రన్ ఫినిష్ చేశారు. ఎప్పుడు మీకు డయాగ్నోస్ అయింది? ఏమైంది?
నాకు ఆగస్ట్లో డయాగ్నోస్ అయింది మేడం. డయాగ్నోస్ అయినప్పుడు నాకు హార్ట్ బీటింగ్ వేరియేషన్ ఉందని చెప్పారు. అయితే చాలా భయపడ్డాను. తర్వాత మాకు ఈఎస్ఐకి అప్రోచ్ అయ్యి సార్ డాక్టర్ మురళి సార్ దగ్గరికి పంపించారు. అక్కడ నాకు లాస్ట్ 2 months నుంచి ట్రీట్మెంట్ ఇస్తున్నారు సార్ మురళి సార్. 2 monthsలో నాకు ప్రాబ్లం వచ్చేసి డైలేటెడ్ కార్డియోమయోపతి. ఇట్ ఈస్ హార్ట్ పంపింగ్ డౌన్ అవడం. అయితే దాని గురించి ట్రీట్మెంట్ చేశారు. ఇప్పుడు 2 months తర్వాత స్టార్టింగ్లో నాకు 35% ఉందని చెప్పారు హార్ట్ పంపింగ్. అది ఇప్పుడు 2 months తర్వాత నిన్న టూడీకి వచ్చేసాము. దాంట్లో వచ్చేసి 47 వచ్చింది. ఇట్ ఈస్ 13% ఇంప్రూవ్.
Which is great. You have more like that. మీ గురించి కూడా చెప్పండి. What is? Tell me about yourself.
నా పేరు రాజు అండి. నేను అటెండర్గా వర్క్ చేస్తున్నాను. నాకు 2022 ఏప్రిల్లో స్టంట్ వేశారు హార్ట్కి. స్టంట్ వేసాక నేను ఆల్మోస్ట్ నా హార్ట్ బీట్ కొంచెం తక్కువ ఉందని చెప్పారు. హార్ట్ పంపింగ్ ఆల్మోస్ట్ 34% ఉండే మేడం. నేను రిహాబ్ సెంటర్లో జాయిన్ అయ్యాక నాకు ఇప్పుడు ఆల్మోస్ట్ 55% దాకా ఇంప్రూవ్ అయింది. అదే టైంలో నిన్న 2D తీశారు సార్. 2D తీయడం చూశాక చాలా ఇంప్రూవ్ అయింది, చాలా బాగుందని చెప్పారు. ఐఎమ్ వెరీ హ్యాపీ టు
Okay, so those with stent also now can undergo and improve their capacities.
Yes, obviously. So when the patient undergoes a stent, they are basically all the block has been removed. So they are called revascularized. So when the patient undergoes stent, they can join the cardiac rehab as early as possible, and within 3 to 4 months you will see that the pumping capacity starts improving, and you can see there is a lot of change in the quality of life, especially the fears. When you are diagnosed with a heart failure, heart attack, the emotions, the feelings, all will disappear when you join a cardiac rehab.
So what are you looking at? I mean, something like this cannot be limited just to your hospital, isn't it?
Yes, I want everybody to go for this rehabilitation medicine. It is available in CMC Vellore. I did MD PMR from CMC Vellore, so that more and more rehabilitation centers comes up, so that every heart patient, we have now a very big crowd of heart patients who have not been rehabilitated. This gives an opportunity. So I wish every heart patient undergoes cardiac rehabilitation.
Thank you so much. So that's the good news for people who are suffering any kind of heart condition, that yes, exercise under guided medical supervision is going to help you tremendously, and you can lead a full life at home. In Hyderabad, camera person Sudhir, NDTV.